Again, bad first half. Credit to Northwestern, they had a really good running game, good mix. They did 56 plays, first half, 300 some yards. So it was a good second half offense, same story, can't run it, and can't score points. So poorly coached. Questions?
I guess just what, I know you haven't overviewed film or anything, but what is getting in the way of that running game? It seems like
Blocking.
You've talked about competitive plays, 50-50 plays. Northwestern seemed to really make a lot of that.
Several good picks, in close games, it's part of it. It's not necessarily the 50-50 play. Sometimes it's a big, blitz pickup. So, but when the game's on the line, critical stop, again, our defense made some nice critical stops. We get a block punt, get nothing out of it with some runs. Tried to miss route, crossing route didn't work. Tried a long field goal, took a sack, which we couldn't do in scoring range, hurt us. Quarterback's got to play a lot better. He's got some pass numbers still, but got to play a lot better. So again, they did a nice job of not giving up the big play. We took two post shots. One of them I thought was going to be a touchdown, and the way the ball spins and travels, the kid makes a pick in the first half. Second one shouldn't have been thrown. The kid makes a great pick. But bottom line, we got to get in the end zone. We had several times, we're first and goal in the first half. We get to the 6, 7, 8 yard line, whatever it was. Second half, a couple times, we're in that 30, 35 yard range. We scored one touchdown with 403 yards. So it means the football field's 100 yards long. We have to go up and down it 4 times to score a touchdown. So we got to get in the end zone.
Seems like Rich underthrew several balls. How do you sort of diagnose his struggles just getting the ball down?
Well, it was a 10 he overthrew. So he just was off today. So he's got to play better. He had good numbers, but they threw 59 times. But we thought we needed to when some of the things they were going to do. As a matter of fact, I don't think we did a good job in the first half, which is how I thought we had a better second half trying to attack them. We just got to get in the end zone.
What did the defense do? I mean, 17 points for Northwestern in the first quarter. After that, especially after halftime, what adjustments, anything that was different?
They didn't do a lot different. They schemed up a little wrong with the way they were pulling and gained some leverage, and the kid had a couple 12, 14, 16. He's a good running back, good pace, good balance, and all that deal. I was glad to see the quarterback come back too, so that was good. I know he's a good player. He took a hit. I was glad to see Clayton back at the end of the game. But I think we're just a little flat-footed early defensively. I think coaching-wise, not to Tom's credit, but from some other players, I had a feel of some of last year for about 15 minutes. And one of my comments was like, hey, you're sitting on your heels and you don't have your stingers going right now. Just calm down, and you guys figured out. Credit to them, they did. Coach Allen talked to them like our team sometimes tries to do offensively. Each week you attack different teams differently. So you might see these plays against this team, but it's a different defense, different personnel, different matchups. I know one of his comments to the kids during the week was, you're going to have to adjust, because they typically come out, not with new offense, but just you watch them this game, you see this, then you're anticipating what you're going to see, but you're not sitting in the play calling and in the meeting rooms, for sure. So I think as they got a handle on them, got a good bead, they did a nice job. I think it's a credit to not only the coaches but to the kids to settle down, and because they needed to. And they kept us in the game. Quite honestly, they gave us a chance. We get the block punt. We got a couple times in the score zone. We left some points. That had a chance to be a 35-24 game. We make some plays. But credit to Northwestern. They stopped us. They made plays. And it's not like they don't have a bad defense. They got some kids that play okay.
I heard you on the radio before saying the last 6 days was your best week of practice. What did you see this week that kind of made you come up here feeling encouraged?
Just really good. I mean, again, it's the way we've been coming. It's a great, like I told you after the game, one of the best. I mean, we have a lot of fun getting in that building, prepping, practicing, going about it. We were up this morning. This time we were out there at 6:30. Their time this morning for 45-minute walkthrough, jump around, having fun. The kids are liking it. Again, offense is a little bit off. Defense got flat-footed, but they settled down. Again, I would expect we've been a reasonably decent practice team for a couple of years, but there's a little bit more energy, a little bit more charisma. It doesn't appear phony in the way they approach it. And like I said, I was kind of surprised we started a little stale. Kind of surprised we didn't find the end zone. Credit to Northwestern. Was except for finding the end zone, it was good to see us settle down, because the way we played second half was a little bit the way that we practiced, which was good to see. Hopefully we'll continue, Because to get out of this deal, we're gonna have to button down the hatches, circle the wagons, and we gotta get better. And we got 5 games left, got 1 game this week, we got 5 to go, we need to knock some victories out of here.
There was one time, I think it was in the second quarter, the defense had gotten a stop, and the offense had a 3 and out. It looked like you just didn't like their body language coming off the field. You felt like you had to get on with it.
I can't remember. To me, there's just a couple things, again, with our quarterback's urgency and play calling. We had a couple times they had to take some timeouts, and just awareness. At the end of the game, I'm like, hey, we are trying to score twice, and we're staying up there, and it's 2 minutes. Because initially our thought was, if we can score quickly, do we onside or kick? We only had 1 timeout left, because they had to burn, a couple of them with the play calling. I think we used 2 of them, and as a no-huddle team, when you're going quickly, like this, that's a couple weeks in a row. So that's, again, I guess on me as a coach, and Coach Johns, but really on also Richard, just what loud today, what like Ohio State, where he really got labor to communicate. Today was easy communication. So I think I was just concerned with, again, our urgency with him getting the offense going.
Couple more questions.
I know it's tough, obviously, seeing the film, but just your kind of impressions on Dan Feeney's first game back and how you thought he played.
It's hard to tell in my mind, because I'm watching a lot of the perimeter, the secondary, where's the run fits, what's the throws, so I did make a comment, and he looked tired. And Greg had said he had been out, so I just saw him, I saw one play coming back where I thought he was, looked a little sluggish. So, but it was good to get him back, had to go into practice. I think he came out okay. It's good to have him back as a leader and a captain. Good for him.
One more question.
Got a couple of balls that kept me on today. Was that, is he coming on? Is he?
I think so. I just, like I say, he's well ahead of schedule. And I think the more he plays, he had a better week of practice. Because he was a guy sometimes that, whether it be because physically he doesn't feel good, that he can be a little funky. But he had a good week of practice. But again, Northwestern did a really good job defensively, good job. Tough loss for us. We're going to get back home, fix what we can fix, and move forward.